In a fiercely competitive job market, your qualifications play a crucial role. The ever-increasing competition for good career opportunities pushes many to consider multiple degrees. The most typical approach is to get those degrees in a logical hierarchy. Get a bachelor's first, followed by a master's in a related field. Some academically inclined souls may go on to get a doctoral or a PhD degree. The other option is to get a dual degree by signing up for an integrated program that combines two independent degrees. The MBA-MA dual degree offered by Wharton is one such example. The least common way is to sign up for the exact same degree twice. Strange as it may sound, there are a lot of folks applying to MBA degrees abroad when they already have an MBA from India, USA, Africa, and other regions. In the past few years, we have seen a spike in those seeking a second MBA. Earlier, we would see people who had done their MBA from obscure, low-ranking colleges coming to MBA Crystal Ball for admissions consulting help. But now, folks from the topmost business schools such as the Indian Institutes of Management or IIMs work with us and seek advice on whether to take the plunge one more time. Is a second MBA worth it? That's the big question we cover in this video, along with many other crucial aspects. So make sure you watch the full video. Let's first look at the reasons why so many MBA graduates are looking for a double MBA. This applies in the case of IIMs and many other CAT-based Indian MBA programs that take students with zero or very little experience. For most MBA students, it turns out to be a turbocharged version of their undergrad experience. They learn the theory in class, but when they enter the real world, they realize there's a huge gap between theory and reality. Ever so often, they come across colleagues who have an MBA from the elite global schools who talk about the transformative experience they've had while studying abroad. This starts planting seeds in their minds about what they might have missed out due to their impatience. Some MBA programs, not necessarily the top tier ones, can be a bit too theoretical and non-case based. This means while you might know the formula, you still don't know the heuristics or thumb rules that invariably have to be applied in an actual setting. As time evolves, these industry practices might evolve too. And having missed the bus in learning things the first time around, some candidates want to get the learning right. Having said that, here's a little secret. Those seeking true knowledge are a small minority. This is another subtle reason, similar to the previous one. With very less or no work experience, a large majority of the students in many of the MBA programs are fresh engineering graduates. They may be very committed, but they may not necessarily light up the classroom discussions in terms of real-world insights. This means all the students look up to the faculty and books for learning, but miss out on the crucial peer learning aspect. Again, this is rarely the reason why people seek a second MBA, but it tends to be a good motivator for some once they realize its importance. This one perhaps takes the cake when it comes to the motivation, especially for the Tier 1 MBA graduates. Indian MBAs can be pretty awesome when it comes to ROI, but for most purposes, they offer an excellent Indian career. Sure, a lot of IIM students and other Indian MBA grads move out of the country, but as a proportion of the actual class size, it is still minuscule. Call it a selection bias. Many such Indian MBA grads come to us with the dream of launching themselves on the global arena, something their Indian degrees were not able to offer them. In fact, given the unusual non-intuitive acronyms Indian B schools give their MBA degrees, many recruiters in several countries may not even recognize our prestigious MBA degrees. The instant brand recall that comes with a mainstream MBA degree is missing. Now that we have a fair idea of the reasons, let's now look at the pros and cons of a second MBA before we try to arrive at a conclusion. Let's start off with the benefits of a second MBA. Most good international MBA programs are very hands-on and put a lot of focus on applied learning. Apart from internships, There are a lot of avenues of applied learning, such as these. These avenues allow students to bridge the gap between theory and practice to a good extent. Employers recognize this, as it helps reduce the learning curve they need to provide. The average experience in an international MBA classroom is around 5 years. And not all of them come from one type of professional background. In fact, the diversity can be mind-blowing. Race, language, color, ethnicity, you'll find it all in one class. This can be intimidating and humbling for some, but for most parts, it's supremely enriching. The experience truly prepares you to take on the world. Like your peers, the faculty you encounter in a good international school is also very diverse and global. Many of them are very active in the industry and not just in the academic world. Some are considered leading thinkers in their respective fields. Some may have achieved celebrity status thanks to their best-selling books or their groundbreaking research. It's an opportunity of a lifetime to be able to learn from them. Just like certain passports require lesser visas and offer better mobility, a good MBA brand can open up more doors. Not all MBAs are created equal. A global business school name means access to a global network, which in turn means access to opportunities not just in the country of your MBA but worldwide. This was the big reason you're waiting for, right? Getting a substantially higher salary is one of the most compelling reasons for many second MBA applicants. While explaining the rationale, one of our second MBA clients working as an investment banker after his first MBA from a top IIM told us this: "If I have to work 80 to 100 hours a week at a bulge bracket investment bank, I would rather do that on Wall Street than on Dalal Street. At least my bank balance would look way better before I burn out." He successfully got into an Ivy League MBA program in New York and currently works on Wall Street. While the benefits may sound mouth-watering, it's also important for you to consider the disadvantages and risks of going for a second MBA. We are referring to the application effort required. Not all schools out there are open to the concept of a second MBA. And even the ones that are would want to understand your logic for going through the grind again. We'll share a list of programs that accept second MBA applicants in the description. But the reality is more complex, since not all schools have a standard stance on this subject. For now, let's just go with the fact that your options would be fairly limited, which means you have to play your cards extremely well. International MBA programs are expensive, period. That apart, especially if you are from a Tier 1 MBA already, chances are that you are at one of the most productive phases of your career, financially speaking. So the opportunity cost alone can be huge. The counter view to this is that you may have more savings, and so the debt obligation will be easier to manage. But this benefit usually gets overshadowed due to the opportunity cost involved. It can take you longer than your first MBA to get this investment back. If you're looking to change your career through an MBA, the risk is higher. It'll be tougher to convince a prospective recruiter, and in general, you're likely to end up discounting your previous MBA degree. Instead, if it is for a career acceleration, the risks can be lower. Even so, the work permit related risks remain. Generally speaking, the salary expectations of a second MBA grad can be higher compared to those who are out in the market for the first time. This can again mean lesser options and consequently more risk. Alright, let's bring back our key question. Is a second MBA worth it? After evaluating the pros and cons we've shared, if you still haven't been able to come up with an answer independently, we'll make the decision easier for you. Don't do it. If you don't have a strong roadmap, or your career goals are hazy, or if you're not in a comfortable financial position, don't do it. But if you think the pros outweigh the cons in your case, go for it. This decision has implications for your family too, so make sure you involve them in the discussions. Our stance on this is that of cautious optimism. Be very careful at every stage. Don't assume things will work out magically after you take the plunge. Do all the thinking beforehand. After all the introspection, if you still think another MBA degree will be great for your career, get in touch with us for professional help with your second MBA application. At MBA Crystal Ball, our consultants have plenty of experience in getting second MBA applicants into the elite business schools. We'll share some success stories below to help you understand how others have managed the process. Good luck.